If you're currently a single man, stay single. Let's watch.
Yo, it's your boy 1D215 back with another video. PSA out to my gentlemen. I got a PSA out to my gentlemen. Listen up. If you currently, I can't emphasize the word currently enough. If you currently single, stay single. I'm going to repeat that for the people that couldn't hear me in the back. If you are currently a man, single man, stay single. I can't stress that enough. Well, why you say that, 1D? Come on, what's going on, man? You just gave us dating advice. You just talked to us about what's the red flags to look for when you're looking for a good woman. That's the problem. I ain't gonna say there's none, but it ain't too many good women out here. And hear me out on this, because I know y'all been hearing that.
This is a fact, and it's because of an erosion of culture and just whole culture being, I don't know the word, but being amplified. That's what it is. It's 30 years, at least 30, if not 40 years of whole culture just being amplified more and more, becoming normalized more and more. And even if you look at the vid that I did, how to spot a 304, a bop or whatever, you're not going to find a chick with none of those red flags. Even if you go and watch other dudes' red flags videos, you're not going to find too many women with no red flags, bruh. You're not going to find too many. So it's like you got to have certain things that you can deal with. And then certain things, it's like absolute deal breakers. And you got to have stuff to where it's like, okay, that's too many. That's what it is right now. But let's see what he got to say, man. Because the last thing I'm going to say is it's not going to get no better no time soon. So in my opinion, you got to see what you could live with, see what you could deal with.
I'm sure it's like everywhere you turn, you got people complaining about the women. I'm not complaining because I'm not looking. But I want to help you guys. We all in this together at the end of the day. If you are currently single, now, to my guys that's with somebody, this don't go for y'all. I mean, y'all might can take tips from this, but this ain't for y'all. So this ain't me saying if you with somebody, don't worry, it's gonna lighten up real quick. If you with somebody, then leave that person alone. This ain't that. Maybe you found your diamond in the rough. Maybe she not perfect, but you willing to deal with her shit. Her shit ain't as bad as others or who you was with before her. I get it. So this ain't no leave the chick you with alone, become single. Even you guys that got women, no. If you with somebody and y'all maintaining the good outweighs the bad, she rocking out with you, she sincere for the most part, she down for you, the whole nine, all the things us men want, because we simple beings. We don't need no guidance counselors and no coaches and no life therapists and things of that nature like they do. We just want peace, we want a little sex, and maybe a meal here and there, for the most part. I mean, but to y'all keep it going, keep it striving, hang in there with whoever you with. But to my men that is currently, because we gonna get into why, single right now, and you happen to be looking, or maybe you're not looking, stay single. Stay single. Right now ain't the time to get with no woman. Right now ain't the time. First of all, it ain't the time. It's summertime. It's nice outside. You seeing all this flesh. You seeing skin. Your hormones is probably raging a little bit. So you on one. You looking around. You like, damn, man, all these women, man, they so gorgeous. And this and that. The aesthetic is one thing. The aesthetic, I'm there with y'all on that. I get it. You see something, something attractively pleasing in your eyes, you want to go for the gusto. Even though a lot of us ain't going for it, let's keep it real. We ain't really approaching these women. Men ain't approaching women really at all. And I'll dive into that in another video. But this ain't that. But you might be like, all right, I gotta go for what I know. I gotta shoot my shot, whatever. Don't do it. Now, if you're shooting your shot for companionship, because here's the thing. A lot of y'all gonna say, well, damn, a lot of guys my age, and we getting up there in age. We not old heads yet, but we getting up there. Some in their late 30s, 40s, some of the, pushing 50, and I get it. So it's like, damn, time is running out, or whatever the case may be, depending on how your mindset is. And a lot of y'all just want companionship. A lot of y'all just want to get laid. And a lot of these women just want to get laid, believe it or not. You'd be surprised. I'm not saying don't go for that. I'm not saying don't go, approach these women, for your own. It might not even be just for sex. It could be just for companionship. Look, I want to be entertained by a woman. I want to be in a woman's company. I've been single for too long now. I want to invite a chick over, even if it ain't for sex.
He's not being real concise, but that's fine because I'm not always the most concise myself. I'm going to try and be right now and do two things. The first thing, I'm going to touch on one of the points that he made as far as, now is not the time because it's summer and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. That's cuffing season logic. The fall is supposed to be, not the fall, but the winter. The fall going into the winter is supposed to be cuffing season. You're supposed to be cuffed up. The summer is for fun and fucking and things like that. That is the paradigm that most people move on. The paradigm that I move on personally. Nobody gave me this. This is just how I feel. This is just who I am. If we not locked in between the summer, you could really say between March and September, right? We're not getting locked in October or November, because I don't like this block of December. We do Christmas, then we do New Year's, then after New Year's, we do motherfucking Valentine's Day. I don't want to do those three things with somebody that I'm just locking in with or nothing. Like, fuck that shit. You got to have some motherfucking tenure built up before that. We not about to be in October getting cuffed up and I'm getting you Christmas gifts. Fuck that. And I don't care how I sound. I don't care what people think about it. So that's the whole first thing that I said I was going to do. The second thing, we're going to skip. We're going to skip into this video until he makes his second reason why.
But all that looking for your queen, looking for your future Miss Johnson and your future Miss Williams and your future Miss Smith, this ain't the time for that. We at a time right now where a lot of these women are garbage. I'm just going to say it. And any woman that want to unsubscribe, because I said that, you can do so. A lot of these women are pure trash. They just are. Now, they might not be trash in totality. They might not look like trash, but they act like trash. And y'all know what I'm talking about. They act like garbage. They got nasty mouths. They got nasty attitudes. Their mindset is messed up. Everything about them is about them. Everything that they think of is they me. We know all the different types of women that we dealing with here. And don't get me wrong. Do it overall make these women bad people? It probably don't. But when you when you walk around with that type of energy, it's not a good look. It's not a good look to be cool. It's not a good look for somebody to vet in the court. And a lot of these women are single and they claim they want a good guy, but they actions show that they want nothing. They want money. They want bad juju. They want demonic people around them. A lot of these women carry themselves in that way. So I'm saving y'all the trouble of don't go out here. Now, I'm not saying go out here and use women. I'm not saying go out here and be a gigolo. I'm not saying go out here and...
So, number one, we going to skip the disclaimer. That's what we going to do after we come from this cut. But the second thing, as far as the second reason the women are garbage and stuff like that, yeah, I agree to some extent. I do think that there are some decent women out there. I think that there are some good women out there. That's extremely rare, just keeping it a whole being. And you really got to find not just who is compatible with you, but who is actually good for you. And the most important thing that I got to throw in there is somebody who is attracted to you, but not just attracted, highly attracted. That would make the best, scenario for you as far as a relationship. But as far as like chicks being rude or nasty or anything like that, I'm going to keep it so real with you, dog. I'm going to keep it so real with you. And this is like just in my, like, not even in the past 2 years, 3 years. This is like 15 years or more. I don't deal, like, the first sign of disrespect, I don't deal with it. So, like, the nastiness and all that, I don't deal with none of that. I don't deal with none of that because I don't tolerate no bullshit, man. I ain't had no chick disrespect me that was like somebody I was talking to in so fucking long. Like, just on some flat out rude, hell nah. I ain't gonna lie. I done spoke about a lot of shit on this channel, bro. I don't even get a vibe to where a bitch could even think that that would go well. Like, I don't. I don't. So it just don't happen. Now, it's happened before, but it's happened with somebody I wasn't talking to. And even then, I told a story about that before. The bitch figured out who I was, and then it was like, oh, let me get on his dick now. Let me, get cool with this nigga now. And it's funny when I say that, Duke Dennis, his bottle story, I don't think I ever put it on this channel. But yeah, like, and I need to react to that if I didn't put it on this channel. But yeah, that story right there, that is a good example of a chick just being rude by default and then finding out who a person is and being, oh, you the reason all the bottles is coming. Like, you the guy with the money. Oh, well, shit, what's up with you? Nah, bitch. No. Get the fuck out of here. But see, without going too deep, this is what it be. It be the relationship talk conversations. When you hear these bitches talk, you really think that's how they are. That's what's actually going on. That's not what's actually going on. That's not actually what's going on. That's not how they conducting themselves in their relationships. They just be capped out. These bitches be capped out on the internet. Most of the chicks saying they wouldn't go 50-50, then paid the whole rent for a motherfucker and shit like that, and just had a dude living with him, a fucking weed dealer that wasn't making no money, that was slapping them around and shit. So that's how come they get out and project these fake standards, because they trying to get something different. When I think of bitches being garbage, though, I think of a few things. I think of a bitch being a liability. As far as a lot of these chicks, they be habitual fuck ups. They will just drag you down. They spend a lot of money. They credit fuck to all of that shit. So boom, just a matter of fact, even then, getting you in fights with other dudes and shit like that, like, getting your crib shot up, like all of that. So that's like chicks be liabilities like that. Then when we get past them being liabilities, a lot of them just be defiant for no reason and stuff like that. And again, that's the relationship talk and stuff like that. If you do your vetting and choose them right, you ain't got to really deal with that too much. But the biggest thing for me is just the whole culture shit. It's like, you can't have none of these chicks be the mother of your children. You can't cuff a lot of these chicks and expect them to like stop being the wild hoe that they are. Like, it'd be so default, bruh. It'd be so default. Perfect example, Cardi B is a stripper. She's promoting her album and stuff like that. She went out and she was in some see-through shit, pregnant with Stephon Diggs' baby, while she's married to Offset. No bra on, so you could see her whole areolas, and she was shaking her ass like a fucking stripper in the mall. She's fucking 4 kids deep now. Like, I don't give a fuck if they entertainers, bro. Like, it's just no class. And the worst part is a lot of these grown bitches idolize hoes like her and Lori Harvey, who do a lot of fucking around and stuff, like just all types of weird shit. They condone anything that these hoes do. So yeah, can't cuff a bitch like that.
Is there a small percentage that's out here that's the total opposite of all the things I said about women? Yes. Yes. Hence the word small percentage. The chances of you, and I don't know your status, I don't know your reach, what some of you guys got going on, but the status of you being in a woman like that presence is slim to none. Because here's why. Not saying you don't be in certain places, not saying you don't got no motion, not saying you not that bold, you're not good enough to looking for these type of women. It's because those type of women are not out here. See, they the ones that's in the house. They the ones that you might catch at Walmart. You might catch at the gas.
Hate to break it to you, but they're hoes too.
But those aren't, let's keep it real, those aren't the places where your antennas is up. Men antennas ain't up at them places. Now, you got some guys that's just up all the time. That's more young guys. You know, when you're young, you want everything moving. But guys of a certain age and already been around the block, you're not even thinking that. You trying to get your gas and roll. You trying to get out of the checkout lane, get your groceries and roll. You know? And a lot of these women, I ain't gonna say they not appealing to the eye, because they, you know, attraction is attraction. But they probably not dressing a certain type of way. Some of you guys, y'all go for that. Y'all go for the sexually clad women that, you know, she got to open my eyes. She got to show me like that, you know. Like, y'all look for those of a different, the aesthetic. You know, a lot of these women that ain't on that stuff, they covered up. They mild-mannered. And most, first and foremost, they not even around, they not available. They home somewhere doing what they gotta do. Or if they got kids, they taking care of their kids. Because yes, some single moms out here are good women too. We got this thing where it's like single moms is trash, and not all of them is trash. You know me, I play both sides of the fence. This ain't just a woman bashing video. But this is a true video. This is true. Things that y'all think but y'all scared to say, I'm gonna say it for y'all. If you single right now, stay single, my friend. Stay single. Real rap. It's not even a joking matter, because guess what? When you go out there fishing, you're going to catch a fish. It might not be the type of fish you want. I'm telling you. Because one thing about women, they say all these things. Yeah, you got to make... First of all, we know all those things is not true. The women out here saying men gotta make 6 figures, that's crazy. The women out here that saying men gotta be 6, and I'm over 6 feet, but you know what I mean. I'm not. This ain't directed toward no individual guy, just in general. Men gotta be over 6 feet tall. Men gotta be 6 feet. That's all an illusion. We know these things, right?
No. On the internet, in this man space, a lot of people on the internet don't know that. A lot of people don't know that there are a lot of ugly broke dudes that get a lot of buns. And it be because they popular, or they got some local status, or because they dress good, or because they hang with the right clique. These niggas don't know this because they not around these environments. They not in these circles. They not seeing this shit happening. So they don't know bruh, like, I know 2 short niggas that was knocking shit down. They be knocking shit down. And it's not even just 2. If I keep thinking, I thought of 3 as soon as I said that. Like, 4. Like, really running through shit. Like, really having a way. Quality and quantity. And none of them is rich. So, like, when I get on and I'm watching this manosphere shit, and it be like, oh, man, you gotta have You got to level up. You got to do X, Y, Z, da 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 da. I think you should do that for your life. I think that you should do that, just in case. Okay, if you get old and you still don't got nobody and you age out the game, you could go into trick mode if you got to do that and stuff like that. But dog, I see this shit. Like I'm actually, like, I've lived this shit. I've seen it over and over again. And the stuff that they be saying just don't be what it is. Like, and that's one of the main reasons why I made this page, because it's like I knew I could offer a perspective that I didn't see anybody else offering. I did not see anybody that was like a top tier guy telling motherfuckers like, yo, you don't gotta looks, Max, dog. I know fat niggas having every type of it, having they way. And this is the funniest part to me, because when it come to Negro culture, like as far as like Black American, like we the most superficial motherfuckers, and the bitch is so superficial they won't fuck you if you got only one pair of shoes and shit. Like, it be all these white dudes on here, and let me put a nigga on the screen real quick. Look at this dude right here, man. He got on sandals with his toes out in public, and they had a football game, dog. In that same outfit, within his culture, within white culture, he could get him a babe. The bar for white people be so much lower, but they like, when you go to the white manosphere and all the stuff that they be talking about, man, they really, I ain't gonna get too deep, dog. I ain't gonna get too deep, but it'd be crazy to me when they think that they hopeless when the bar is it's just not even that hot. Like, it's niggas in the hood right now who can't get fresh, and it's like the whole society around them, like, dudes be roasting you and stuff, like if you dress funny or you just don't fit in and stuff like that, the dudes be roasting you. The chicks don't really want to fuck with you because you're kind of an outcast, or you're not fresh, or they think you're dusty or whatever. So you got to get your fucking fresh up before you could even really consider getting some box in the Black community and all that. So it's like, that's the thing with us. Like, you could dress like this motherfucker in the white, like how you dress is not even a fucking factor in the white community. And listen, I'm not white, and I'm not from the white community, but you not about to tell me, especially after the white dudes I seen with women, with wives and stuff like that, the guys that I've seen, the Coopers and the fucking Connors and all that, like, I've seen this shit, bro. I've been to the frat houses, bro. Like, I know who's doing what. I've seen this shit. I bet, like, I know some white country motherfuckers and stuff like that. I got a dude, he cool, and I wasn't around him really when he was the man, but he used to be, air quote, the man, and he used to be running through shit. And even if we just take white away, I just don't think the bar is as high as the manosphere universally tells you. I just don't think that it's that high. And we could sit here and say, like, and this is the thing, because it's not like I'm like Captain Handsome and I look the fucking best. I know you've never seen me, but I'm okay. But it's not even just about me. It's like average looking dudes everywhere getting a lot of buns. A lot of buns. Now, don't get it twisted. There are average looking dudes, or even handsome looking dudes that aren't getting buns, but the bar is not that high. And that's just me talking about the standard of getting buns. That shit where chicks be talking about 50-50 and all that, that is bullshit. I think I said that earlier in this video. I probably did. I'm sure I did. But just all of the standards they be throwing online be fucking bullshit. You've never had a motherfucker with 6 figures. What the fuck? Bitch, you make 70,000. You make 20,000. Like, you make 30. Like, you work at Burger King, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
But you be surprised. Man, have you seen some of these women, the things that they go for? Or like, You hear all this stuff on the internet, and then in real life, you see what they really about. You see what they really go for, what they really willing to deal with, what people they got around them. You don't want to be a part of that. You don't want to put yourself behind the 8 ball trying to find the future Mrs. Whatever, and you dealing with a motherfucking headache. And you like, man, One Deep was right. I ain't just stay. Because it ain't going to happen overnight. That's another thing. These women will pull the wool over your eyes for months. They'll play nicey and whatever. And don't get me wrong.
The way he's been going, I could just smell that he's about to go to like a different topic or a different tangent, whatever the case may be. So I got to get this point out right now, right after he said that. That is why when he said the whole, oh man, the chicks be put up and da-da-da-da-da, like, that's why I said those chicks is hoes too. I'm not saying that because, oh, I heard another nigga say it. I'm not saying that because, ooh, he hates women and he just has a bad outlook on women. I'm saying that because I have seen the most chameleonest of chameleons, and I've seen it, bruh, I'm not talking even about 10 times. I've seen it so many times. I've seen it to where I've been fooled. I've seen it to where other dudes have been fooled. I've seen it to which I've just seen it too many fucking times. And I'm still seeing it to this day, bruh. I'm seeing chicks who really give the whole, like, you would look at this chick, man, she don't fuck with nobody, man. She wifey material. She's begging a man for dick on the low. She is begging just to get fucked with no attachments. And you don't know that. I do. Because I've seen it. That chick at your job, where everybody might be fucking at your job, but this one chick who is a boss and she's above everybody, and oh, she's so fine, but she don't really be giving nobody no conversation. It's just like she seems so unpullable and stuff like that. She's fucking the nigga that I live in an apartment with. He's dogging her shit in the next room. You got to understand something that he said earlier in this video. I might have cut it out. It might be in here. But women like sex too. Women like getting knocked down. Women like having orgasms. Women are freakier than men by default. Look at how many sex toys they buy. It's normal. Like the Rose was a viral thing, and a lot of them got a Rose vibrator. Let me put some shit on the screen real quick. Hold up. I was gonna put this toy on the screen, but I'm like, I can't risk it. Niggas will tear my whole channel down. But listen, it's this joint right now that got a mouth on it, and the mouth be fucking moving and wiggling, and it's attached to a penis on the other end. So it's like it stimulate the clit while it's thrown inside the woman. It's stuffed inside the woman completely, and they say it got 7 thrust modes, dog. 7 thrusts. That chick that you think is wife material got one of those in her crib in a drawer. And I'm not sitting here saying that it's anything wrong with women being freaky or like having these sexual fantasies, but dudes be looking at these chicks through like a light of purity and stuff like that. No, man, this chick has been to Cancun. She has gotten fucked on a one-night stand. Like, y'all gotta stop putting these chicks on these pedestals and thinking that they are just little angels. No. Yes, her. Not only is she freaky, but she's been getting fucked. She's been getting fucked by somebody that's not committed to her. So when you understand that, and this be the killer. I'm gonna tell you the killer before I move on. This be the funny thing, man. A woman who is exactly what I just described, very low-key, freaky as hell, getting fucked by dudes that are not committed to her. But we'll even throw in a caveat, running around telling people she's celibate She's been celibate for 3 years, but she's getting fucked right now. She thinks nobody knows, and then be the ones who will come out and say, "Oh, your view on women is fucked up. Everybody ain't like that shit. I know I'm not like that. Da 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 shit. None of my homegirls is like that." And that be the killer because they know. They know they're lying. They know they're lying. And again, this is not something I'm just saying because this is how I feel. I'm saying this because I've seen so many women in real life, even online in other cases, getting caught lying about their purity or even just doing this exact shit to where it's like, wait a minute, you think we don't know you got trained last year in your fucking 30s? Like, you think we don't know about that? Like, bro, yeah, I done been in so many different settings where the topic of body count come up, and it might just be something we talking about or whatever the case. Nobody ever asks these chicks their body. They always volunteer a fake ass body count number and then get their feet held to the fire. Like, you got 3 bodies. My nigga right here know 3 of your body, and then another nigga know 5 of your body. Like, what are we talking about? I know I'm ranting. So we go, but the point is there. You get the point. These chicks be trying to, they chameleons. Let's get back to the vid.
Let's keep it real. Some of these women get tired of some of the bum guys. So if you a bum bull and they like you in the beginning because it was all ecstasy and it was, the new shiny toy, you was the new bull that was knocking her off. After a while, if you not like carrying your weight, or she gotta pay your weight all the time, or like, let's be real, some loser guys out there. There's some bum bulls. So they get tired of that stuff too, and they flip the script. And you thinking she being a B, she being a bitch, like, or she flipped the script on me. She on some stuff. Nah, she got tired of you. So let's be real. Let's play both sides of the coin. But the main point I'm trying to...
So I want to say 2 things. Number 1, I was right. He was going to go to a completely different topic. So I had to stop him when I stopped him earlier. Second, I got to stop him right now because we can't let this slide. Like, there's really nobody who says this type of stuff. Like, what he just admitted is that it be broke chicks knocking these motherfuckers down. Like, who be knocking these chicks down. That's what it is. Now, you know me, I advocate for, like, bro, you don't got a trick on it. I do all that, but the truth is, I'm not really for having chicks pay the bills or having chicks motherfucking pay on the dates and stuff. Like, I'm not really into having chicks pay for my life or having, chicks paying for another nigga life. I don't really advocate for that. That's not my wave. That's not what I'm pushing towards. If you were that type of guy, you got to know how that game work. You got to know how that game work. If she is paying for you, she likes you. But the thing that, this is something that motherfuckers in this space don't really talk about at all. You got to be putting that motherfucking dynamite dick on that bitch. You got to be putting that shit down. You got to be knocking the socks off that bitch. And that's what it is, man. It's got to make sense. And again, I'm not advocating for it or nothing like that, but just logically and game-wise, that's how that works. Now, the other thing that he says is that she gonna get tired of it and da-da-da-da-da. Man, listen, you could be paying for everything and the chick get tired. You could, like, we done seen these Brett Favre, I always say Brett Favre when I think of Tom Brady, but we done seen these Tom Brady niggas get their bitch fucked by the pool boy, by the personal trainer. Like, we done seen that. So, like, the name of the game is cop and blow. You never know when that bitch gonna go. Even getting married doesn't mean that she is gonna stay with you. It just don't. The unfortunate reality is that when it comes to women, there's no such thing as security unless you have a crazy amount of leverage on her to where she can't leave. And again, that's not something I'm advocating for, something that I'm even about to flesh out. I'm just telling you that because that's the truth. If you don't have that, then she's able to leave on a whim. And you've seen tons of TikTok videos of women saying, "Oh, he's the perfect husband. He does everything right, but I just gotta leave because I wanna be happy." And if you know about a woman's happiness, it's fleeting. That's all I got for today on this vid, man. Let me know your thoughts. I'm gone. He had a lot more to say, but I'm just tapped out.